Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You join us today on the R&C test bench. What we're doing today, we're going to review the Leaf NV100 Commander. Now, as you can see, I've attached it already to our Reximec Smith. That's got a Milbro Clearview scope on the front of it, which goes really well with this setup. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. This night vision kit isn't new to me. I've had it second hand. It come with a gun that I had off somebody, and it only had the one mount. Luckily enough, it's got the one mount that does fit this scope, so we're lucky with that one. But when you buy one of these new in the box, I believe they come with 4 different attachments here for different kinds of fittings of scope. Now, the reason I've got it side view on it first is we're going to go through what you have here on the side. You have a jack there. I would take it that's so you can put earpods in if you want to listen to the sounds. You've also got your SD card there if you should wish to fit one, and there's a charging hole or transfer port, whichever you wish to use in the side there. While we've got it at this handle, we better talk about the front. You have your IR light here on the top of the system. This here is your screw on and off for your battery. Your battery's inside there, it just screws out. And something that you don't get quite often with these night visions, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of a recess there, and that is a red dot. So that's a nice little touch there by Leaf. Now, what I'm going to do at this point is just so I can show you the controls from the back of the system. I'm going to just turn the camera off here and do a quick turn around and set the cameras up to look at the back of the camera so we can see what you can do. The only other thing I can tell you about this while we've got it on this side is this is your diopter, which tunes it in to your scope. You will with one of these, same with all of these night visions that seem to fit on the back, you're better off with an adjustable objective scope, which is what the Clearview is. You can adjust that, and then what you do is you get it to the best position you possibly can for whatever you're doing. If I use this for ratting, I shoot at about 12 to 15 meters, and that's just right at the start of the scope of this, where this adjustable objective would start from. It starts from 10 up to infinity, as most of these adjustable objective scopes do. Then all I need to do is tune it in with this underneath here to exactly how I want it, and then I get a clear view of what's going on. What I will add to this video later is I've took a little bit of a video in the daytime recorded, and I've also took a lovely little video. I was ideally going to take this out and I was going to do a little bit of night shooting with it, hopefully get you a clip of a few rats. But last night, just by happen of chance, the fox cubs was playing outside the back of my house off the field that backs onto the house here. And I've got a lovely video of the foxes, which I will add later, showing you the capabilities of the night vision of this. It come out as a lovely video, so I'm going to add it into this review. Anyway, that's the side views all sorted. As you say, like you know exactly what you've got on the side there. I'm going to turn it around now so we can discuss what goes on at the back of the scope. Okay, we're back here with you, and we're looking at the rear view of the scope here. As you can see, there's 4 buttons. Well, 5 there if you count the OK, and you've got your on-off button just here, just to the side. As says, if you press that, you will see the green light come on, and the Leaf logo comes up, and then you get to see whatever you want to. You've got a button here at the bottom, which is shaped like a magnifying glass. That's the zoom. You can press that, and you can zoom in on whatever object that you're trying to focus in on. On this side, you've got your menu. And there's also, let me remember right here, if you want to play back any of the film that you've done inside the lens there, there's also the option of that. It's a long press for the menu, and I think it's a short press, if I remember right, to watch your videos back. On the top here, that's the it's got a built-in actual crosshairs on it, and also your red dot. If I touch that, you'll see, look, the red dot comes on. Short press again, red dot off, and also if it's a long press, it brings on your crosshairs, the built-in electrical crosshairs that's inside the scope. Over here on the left hand side, you've got your IR. That's to turn obviously your infrared on in the night time. If you wish to record anything, you use the OK button in the middle. Also obviously the OK button is when you're going through the menus as well, you can use it for that. So that's explained there, the 6 buttons, what they do on the back of this scope. There's not much really about the normal everyday usage of this that I can tell you. There's a lot of stuff in the menus, but sadly it's very hard to focus one of the cameras in to show you what the menus are like. I think the more that you would like to see is what it's like in everyday use. So I'm going to set up 2 videos now, one where I've shot in the daylight and one when I've shot of an evening. As I said, that lovely little bit of footage I took of the foxes last night, the fox cubs. And I'll put those all into the editing software, and hopefully we make a nice video out of this. After you've watched those, I'll come back and I'll give you exactly what my thoughts are on this scope setup, and I'll be back with you shortly after you've had a look at the daytime video and then our nighttime video recorded in the IR mode obviously. And then as I say, I'll come back and I'll give you my my personal review and how I think it's gone with this this one Leaf Commander. See you in a minute. Okay, we have a 12-shot magazine in. I'm going to reel 12 shots off, firstly at our ducks and then work our way around. Shot 1's a good one. Shot 2's a good one. Shot 3's a good one. Shot 4's a good one. The small reset in the middle, that's a good one. Now we'll go to our spinners. Top one's a good one. Second down's good. 3's good. Now this is the tight one because it's very close to a tin. As you can see, you can't see it fully. The idea is to mimic a rat's head sticking round a corner. Now we've got a couple left, so I'm just going to pump them straight into the target now. And that's it, we've used our magazine up.
He'd been in theatre 18 hours, and he was just coming out of theatre, and the nurse came flying down the corridor. And I said, no, it's just got my hand, and ran. And we went into Jack's room, and he'd gone into cardiac arrest. And again, I was watching them do CPR. Again, I was watching them trying to save his life. But after 40 minutes, the whole team was fighting for him. They turned around and they were sweating, and they said, we're going to have to call him. So I held him in my arms. I said, love you, sweet boy.
Well, there you go, that's our one Leaf Commander and how it works. I think it does really well. It does seem that it struggles with a little bit of colour in the daylight, I will admit. But out of a night time, on permission, I have tried to focus in, and I've played about with this when I've been out ratting. And it's done really well, to be honest with you. It does focus in well. I very rarely, I've got to be honest with you, use the built-in crosshairs from the NV Commander. I use the crosshairs from the actual scope itself, the Milbro, which works perfectly well. You don't need to use the NV Commander's built-in crosshairs. The red dot, again, something again that I never use, I've never bothered with. the last thing you want to do really is use the red dot, I think, and scare any quarry away if you're using it as a night vision. And I suppose if you want to set it up and match it up to your scope to work as obviously in the daylight, I suppose it could come in handy, but something that I would probably never use, to be fair. The recorded videos that I've done of it, you tell me what you think of those. I mean, I think the IR system is probably a touch above. Obviously I've reviewed the MK007, the Magoroi 4K one, and I think the quality on this one is probably above that, to be fair. All in all, I mean, as I say, I got this like with no charger, no battery. It just come as it was, attached to a gun that I bought, and the fella had lost all the bits to it. But for what I want to use it for, it's going to be perfect, and I think it's a quality item. I mean, they're not that expensive. I think you can get them now between the £100 and £200 mark, these, the NV100s Commanders. But yeah, they're a great little bit of kit, and I mean, probably worth that little bit more that you get charged than the Magoroi MK007, to be fair. But yeah, nice piece of kit, very usable in day or night, and I'm going to get some use out of this. I will probably hang on to this one. It's one that I will probably use quite regular. Just got to get used to where all the buttons are. Obviously I've had to take a guess with a lot of this because I've got no manual with it. It's just come as it's come. But yeah, it seems quite intuitive, you know, quite easy to go through the menus and do whatever you need to do, so it's not a hardship. If you've had any other form of a night vision, you know, it's self-explanatory really, like it's nothing different to any of the others that's about. But that, I'm going to end there. That's our review of the NV100 Commander. I hope the little videos that I added in of the footage of this make your mind up whether it's any good for you. I personally think it's a decent bit of kit, and it's worth probably the money. You know, to go probably to the next stage after this, you're probably looking at double the money, probably to the £400-500 mark, I suppose. And I've got to be honest with you, that's really usable. It is a usable item. You know, it's not a gimmick. It's not a cheap one. It's usable. It's very well usable. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all in another review that will be coming up shortly. Thank you. Bye bye.